Morning everybody, how you doing? Sam here, United People's TV with MUFC Daily, as always 10:30 or thereabouts, Monday to Friday with all the latest Manchester United news. But the main story today, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, is Romelu Lukaku faces a potential 3-game ban for Manchester United for an alleged kick out at a Brighton player. Now if you take a look at the picture, which will come up shortly, Romelu Lukaku can be seen off camera. It was on the corner that he won, that Ashley Young eventually got the deflection, Man United got the goal. He kicked out at Bong, Gaetan Bong. It looked like he kicked out him maybe once or twice. And he's now looking at the possibility of being hit with a 3-game ban. Now, it's all down to the referee's report and whether he includes it inside that. And if he does and it hasn't been seen in the game, then he can be hit with retrospective action. Now, if that does happen, Romelu Lukaku will miss a game away against Watford on Tuesday night, away against Arsenal at the weekend, and then at home against Manchester City in the derby. That would be a big 3 games for Romelu Lukaku to miss if he does miss it. But with Lukaku not scoring in 9 out of his last 10 appearances for Man United, would he be rested and replaced with Zlatan Ibrahimovic in those games anyway? Let me know who you would start in the comments below. Would you start Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Romelu Lukaku in those games if he was fit and ready? But Lukaku, from what I can see with the pictures, it looks like he's reacted, he's lashed out. Whether it's as going as far as saying he's trying to kick him, I don't know. But it does look like they've got a reaction of it. Now the FA are aware of the incident and will study referee Neil Swarbrick's report before viewing more footage. I don't know, it seems like a very amateur and poor thing to do from Romelu Lukaku. You didn't need to do it, but maybe 80th minute you're frustrated, or whatever time it was for our goal. You're not going to condone it. There's no way you can condone that. But let's see what you guys and girls have to say in the comments. We've got Jaden YT saying he deserves a ban, but if he doesn't play for the derby, I will be devastated. Nathan George saying it will be a huge blow for us, but I think it's a good opportunity to play Rashford as a centre forward. That would be fantastic. We could see Rashford as more of a centre forward in this opportunity, but I hesitate to guess it would probably be Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What about over on Facebook? We've got Marilyn Marlou saying on the bright side we could see Rashford and Zlatan up top in a 3-5-2 since Lukaku is on a drought. Rashford and Zlatan 3-5-2, maybe you'll see that in the derby. We have used that in some games this season. But before we get into it any more, let's give a few shout outs to people. We've got Mark Worthington watching from Manchester, good morning. Dame Ryan watching from Florida, and Max and Lowe is always watching from Malaysia, good morning to all of you. And Prince Anthony watching from Ghana. We've got Dare Yomi watching from Nigeria, and Roy Boys watching from Kenya. Let's go back to the comments here, see what you think about Romelu Lukaku. You know, do you think it was a very poor decision by Lukaku? If you've watched the footage, do you think that he had reason to do it? I personally don't think you can condone anybody kicking out at anybody. Whether it's frustration or not, whether it was deserved, whether he got an elbow first, you just don't do it. It's rule number 1 in football. You know that the referee's going to hit you with a violent conduct ban. It's just what happens. Zongazelli saying frustration getting the better of Lukaku. It's a huge blow. Zlatan will need to lead the line. I'm not sure Zlatan is going to be fit and ready to start for Manchester United. Not in these games. Watford away is going to be so hard. Arsenal away is going to be even harder. And then Man City at home is going to be the hardest of the lot. Those 3 fixtures, really tough for Manchester United. So to be without Lukaku, who was in inspirational form at the start of his Manchester United career, that would be a big blow. Yes, he hasn't scored in the last 10, not scored in 9 out of his last 10 appearances for United. But he's been contributing, he's been getting assists sometimes. But I don't know. I'm very surprised to see what he did. Oleg Benga asking what exactly is his offence. Make sure you check out. I'll drop a link in the article here. I say the article. I'll drop a link in the YouTube stream for you from the BBC, and it explains what the ban is. In fact, I'll do the one from the Daily Mail because it uses pictures and it gives you more of an insight into actually what Lukaku did. But it's all to do with him lashing out at Gaetan Bong in the box when Manchester United had their corner. There's a link in the channel there in the comments for you there. But let's go to a few more comments here. We've got Kevin Gavenda saying it's a poor decision on his part. Absolutely agree with that. It is a poor decision. Got Got Nicholas Meyer saying 3-5-3 with Baye, Lindelof, Rojo, Valencia, Matic, Pogba, Young, Zlatan, Martial and Rashford. You know, the quality of United's squad means that we do have strength and depth in numbers in attack. But Zlatan hasn't played from the start ever since his double cruciate injury. And to bring him in for Watford, Arsenal and City is a big ask and a big risk, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of aggravating any injury for Ibrahimovic. AF saying, as a United fan, we shouldn't support such acts from our main striker. It's a shame, but hell, United doesn't need another trouble. We have enough. I'm guessing you mean treble. I don't think we have enough trebles. I want more of them. Nicholas Meyer saying Lukaku did lash out in frustration. Unfortunately, he has to accept the consequences. But reading most of these comments here from all of you on Facebook and over on YouTube, it sounds like a lot of you conceding to the fact that Lukaku is going to face a 3-match ban and will be out for these games. And if that is the case, let me know now in the comments, what should Manchester United's attack look like? Should we play with 2 up front? Should we play with our standard 4-2-3-1 and maybe put Rashford up front? Should Ibrahimovic be coming into the starting team? Let me know a few setups that you think we should be playing. I'll read a few more of them out before we wrap up today's show. Got Eugene Decker watching from New York. Good morning to you, buddy. Darren Thompson saying Lukaku was just frustrated. Rooney was the same. Look how good he turned out to be. You know, frustration at not winning a game is absolutely fine, but taking the frustration further and actually kicking out at an opponent, you can't condone that for any team, for any player, any club, any country. It just doesn't make sense. You know, if that had happened against Manchester United, we would all be calling for that player to get banned. And looking at the footage from what I can see, Lukaku did lash out. And I would be surprised now if he didn't face that ban. But it all depends on what is written in Swarbrick's report. He is the referee. And it's up to the referee to say whether he saw it, whether he decided not to take any action, or if he says, I didn't see it at all. That's when you can have retrospective action put in from the FA. Now let's read through a few of your attacking lineups you're all suggesting. We've got Yash saying Zlatan, Rashford, Martial and Mickey. So playing Zlatan as the number 9. Ali Butt saying Martial, Zlatan and Rashford. Keeping it there as maybe a 4-3-3. Rashford in front of Zlatan saying B Marcy. Now that is something I genuinely would like to see. Rashford, I love the kid, but he's got to play more as a centre forward than as a winger. He is a better centre forward. And playing him behind and him in front of Ibrahimovic, I genuinely think that's going to be the best position for Ibrahimovic this season, where we're going to see most impact from him. Don't play him as a number 9 where he's got to run. Don't play him as a left wing or right wing where he's got to run. Let him play in the number 10 role with minimal movement and just holding the ball up and bringing others into play. That's when I think we're going to see the best out of Zlatan this season. Kevin Gavenda is saying if he is out, either Rashford or Martial up front. Martial up front was a bit like, who was it last season? Was it Burnley away? When Martial played up front, he was phenomenal. But Martial's been playing so good this season out on the left wing, I hesitate to say that Jose Mourinho's not going to be moving him anywhere. Let's read a few more of your comments out here. Max and Lowe saying 4-3-3 formation for the 3 important matches. We haven't used 4-3-3 that often this season. We've been sticking with the 4-2-3-1. I can't be surprised that wasn't the case in these 3 games, but maybe away from home against a bigger team, Mourinho will be going back to the 5-3-2 that we have used at home to Chelsea, away to Liverpool. He sometimes does switch to that formation. If he does, and we don't have Lukaku, maybe we will see Rashford and Ibrahimovic play together up front. That is it for today's MUFC Daily. As you can see, Romelu Lukaku facing a 3-match ban. Do you think he deserves it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for joining in. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. We'll have the Watford preview and predicted 11 up later on. Take it easy.